So there's going to be a substantial lag time between talking and interactions with the chat because I'm recording the mic audio at the same time the game's being played. We'll get this figured out. Okay, that's not nearly as much lag as I figured. Alright, so I might actually be able to have a conversation with you guys after all. Anyway, in the meantime, yeah, the mic's picking up the typing as well. The only mic I have that actually works is the internal mic on my laptop. I actually do have the mic from Rock Band 3, but I've got nothing to like hold it in place, and it only picks up sound if it's practically, attached to my face. So that wasn't going to work, especially for like, a 2 to 3 hour stream. Still no game audio. Wonder why it is. Alright. Still looking to get the audio mix right. Okay, so we've got the game audio, and we've got the mic audio. Is the game audio drowning out the mic audio? I'm just being quiet while I wait for the chat response after the lag time. I thought the original level was nothing. Oh, and did you totally see that staff house on the throne? Amazing. But anyways, as you may already know, this is Zelda 3, A Link to the Past randomizer. And part of the fun is that every game will be different, so long as you make a new patched ROM every time anyway. Because all of the items are different. If you really want to get crazy, you can change the keys and change where every door in the game, more or less, goes. Gotcha. So, right, you have no idea what I'm saying gotcha to. I'm saying gotcha to, not with the audio being too quiet. You're good to go now. Okay. So, one of the other fun things we can do is swap out Link's sprite for a number of predetermined ones. For this particular game, I've decided to go with Samus. And we're off. Alright, get full of magic right off the bat, but nothing to spend it on. That being said, I usually, almost universally, get half magic late in the game. It's only this run and the one immediately before it that nobody saw that I actually got half magic early in the game. This will really help out. It'll just about eliminate my need for green potion. That would be Cleaver Chris, not Clever. Alright, now time to loot the dead hobo. I guess I stole his life. And bombs will come in handy going after Kakario. And now to really cheese it, I'll save and quit probably about 50 times over the course of the game, which also keeps the timer down. But it is far and away the easiest way to get around here. The first of many red rupees on the run. I hope you're used to them. Yes, the Morph Ball will allow me to enter the Dark World without turning into something. I actually don't know what Samus's Dark World sprite is. Maybe if we meet the non-existent incentive donation, I'll drop by, hopefully before getting the Moon Pearl so we can see it. Otherwise, I guess we'll just get hit by one of the yellow spirally things in Thieves Town. But what I'm doing right now is I'm making a check and the Lumberjack's Cave. Do this very early because if a necessary item is up there, and there isn't, just 300 rupees, there's enough of those that I'll probably not run out of money or ever need to grind for it in this game. But basically, after you beat Anghem, which would normally be, the end of your light world adventuring, you will, you'll be able to access that item. But now I know I don't have to defeat Anghem. That's like the only thing it unlocks. Ooh. Very early mirror. That's going to be really useful later. Oh, almost forgot to go over here. Ooh, and a power glove. Alright. We're actually getting very close to being able to make a run into the Dark World almost anywhere. We just need to get the hammer or the second glove. Not that I'll be doing much of anything while I'm there with this present loadout. Don't want to lose any bombs, so I'm going to take the long way around there instead of bumping into the thief and keeping going. And I'll go into Kakriko Village, which I've never had to pronounce in front of a live person before, so hey, who knows. Oddly, looking at the sprite though, the name of the town seems to be Trespass. Yes, the power glove is so bad. Bomb expansion. Ooh, bottle with a B. Now it could be a good B or a regular B. More bombs, that might save me some money later, and the bow. That's going to be super useful. And it is a good B. Without much in the way of weaponry, I might want to keep that. But at least I'm getting some life early on. No heart pieces, just whole hearts. Alright, so my next treasure hoard here. There's a reason I do this early. It's very, very rich in chest drops here. Hopefully I leave this with at least 100 rupees so I can check out the bottle merchant. Oh yeah, plenty of bombs. Oh, piece of heart, broke the streak. Alright, another 14 rupees to hit the bottle merchant. Excellent, excellent. Might save time by skipping the pots, but this will save me a backtrack. Would have saved me a backtrack if I picked up an extra blue rupee earlier. So, sorry, bottle merchant, I'll have to come back anyway. I've got a bottle, so I can talk to the bug-catching net kid, and let's see what I can steal from a sick boy after robbing the dead corpse. Ah, there's the money I'm missing. Come on. Oh, lamp. Perfect. Now I can actually go to Eastern Palace without any further ado, but I'm totally a-doing anyway. Because I absolutely want to clean out the village. And this will more or less do it. In just a moment, I'm going to check which item is in the library and also what the prize is for winning the racing game. Very rarely are those actually going to be useful. So 6 bombs isn't really what I want to be at here, so I'll go buy them anyway since I have enough rupees. 16 is plenty. Alright, so that was the village. Here's another look at, kind of looks like, well, I guess maybe not, it's something. Maybe the T's are actually P's. It's very difficult to tell with sprite work, that, fine. Fire rod! Oh boy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back to that one probably. I mean, it's necessary for 3 dungeons. Piece of heart? I'll live dangerously. I'll go without that. Which means I can skip 3 other ones on site. Duck and weave, duck and weave. So this is a little easier than just going back to Link's house, since I picked up the glove. Now it's a huge waste of time usually to go after the single solitary treasure I'm able to get in the desert right now. But every time I skip it, there's always an item there that blocks progress, and every time I check it, it's, you know, money or a heart or a single arrow or some other more or less useless item. So I'm more so checking it as insurance against getting stuck later. Oh! Glad I did. Alright, now we'll zoom back here. Need to switch to bombs. Actually, no, I'm gonna switch to the mirror. That looks like a mirror. I'm gonna switch to the mirror because it'll let me show off one of the very few glitches I'm actually talented enough to perform in this version of Zelda. By this I don't mean the randomizer, but the base version that the randomizer was based on, which was the original Japanese release. By mashing the mirror button, I made the movable block despawn as I was moving it. This allows me to clean out the 2 triggers here in one go, instead of having to get the chest and then come back and get the switch. And I'll get it anyways, because I'm low on money right now. And if the game sends me to Dark Palace immediately after East Palace, well, I'm going to need that money. Alright, I have the sword. Let's not forget that detail. I mean, hey, I usually don't at this point in the game. But I didn't get any arrows, so I really have bugger all for long-distance attacks here. Come on. There we go. Ooh, silver arrows early. Oh, man. Master sword early. This is gonna be a good run. Tempered sword? Are you kidding me? Oh. Alright, so Tempered Sword is the minimum necessary for actually beating the game. If you are very good and don't mind putting in a ridiculous amount of time, you can defeat Ganon using spin attacks with the Master Sword, but yeah, I'm not anywhere remotely near that cool. Alright, that was pointless. Alright, back to Link's house and off for our first palace clear. We'll be sure to pick up some arrows from some pots along the way so we can actually do it. Unless I just get beat up taking a lot of unnecessary damage that way. It's also possible to beat Ganon without the silver arrow. Again, I am also not that good. But that also, in fact, involves doing spin attacks. All part of the fun. Alright, so we're here to get the 3 items behind Sarsaparilla. And if we win the Pendant of Courage somewhere, we'll be able to come back to him and get another item. Let's see, more bombs, Quake Medallion. I prefer to have Ether even if it doesn't unlock dungeons I need to go to. Just because it's very useful for clearing out rooms full of wizard robes, even though they're not nearly as dangerous in this game as they were in the original. It's actually, it's going to be a pendant dungeon, but it's the only one I can get to, so there must be an item I need in there. Since they're the only treasure left I'm able to get in the light world until I get some more items. Well, that's not true, because I can go through the mountain cave, because I have the glove and the lamp. And if I had another 400 rupees, I could buy Zora's flippers or whatever items replaced them. So in the randomizer, nice route. All of the chests are randomized, and this will mean that includes the location of small keys and chests, and also dungeon items, but you're not going to find them outside of their respective dungeon unless you go key sanity mode, which I haven't dared try yet. Actually, no, I should do the other door first. I'm always going to do this backwards. And double backwards because the switch opens both doors. you'll very quickly remember where all of the small keys and buttons and switches are. Yay, big key. Now, any item that's dropped by an enemy, that is to say, the small keys that are dropped by enemies or hidden under pods or skulls or whatever, those will remain the same every time. So, don't miss them. Especially since the game gives you a chest small key early, you might get ahead of yourself and forget to look for those small keys because you won't be forced to look for them when you would normally see them. Compass. So, as you notice, I've been opening large heart containers in the overworld. That means that the items that the bosses drops are part of the random pool as well. So I haven't found the map yet, so the boss could drop that. There's actually nothing stopping me from running to the boss, but there is an extra treasure down here. So I'm going to make sure I check everything, because I don't know if the final treasure is going to be held by the boss, or if it's going to be in that final treasure chest. In other cases, I will make skips if there are no treasures I need remaining in the game, and I already have all of the small keys I need, and the big key if the dungeon requires it to go to the boss. That's really all it takes here. You just gotta remember where you can find... Okay, that's not working. That's really what it takes here. You gotta remember where you can find stuff, and know when you don't need to keep looking anymore. Alright, there's the map, so now I know that the boss is holding one of the items in the treasure table. Alright, so I'm not going to use the mirror to despawn that block because I am in a dungeon, and that will warp me back to the beginning. That is not something that I have always avoided doing. But you will basically improve your time going through this by doing two things. The aforementioned knowing when to skip and making sure you count your treasures in each dungeon. But also, just by remembering where everything is after going through it a couple of times. Knowing where the items drop, knowing where the non-random things are. Oh yes, I'll need the bow now. Yeah, those red, they're not called Cyclops, but yeah, it's close enough, so that's what I'll call them. They are only vulnerable to arrows. Watch my expert marksmanship as I forget to push down before firing. Moon Pearl. Game really wants me to go to the Dark World. Since I only need the 7 crystals to defeat Ganon, normally I wouldn't go after pendants, but sometimes you've got mandatory items hiding there. I don't have 500 rupees yet, so my next hit is going to Death Mountain. And since I've got the Moon Pearl, well, I can't check out the Cave of all the Spikes because I don't have the hammer and I don't have anywhere near enough life. Let's see here. What do I need? I still need the book to be able to get into the second dungeon in the overworld. Actually, I can go to the Tower of Hera now because I've got the mirror and the glove in the lamp, so that's all I need. It's going to be a pain in the butt hitting some of the long-range switches, though. Oh, nice. That was a well-timed refill. Okay, off I go. There'll be one item I need to pick up here. Hopefully it's worth the time. I'll also be checking... Well, actually, I won't have to check what's on Spectacle Rock, because I'm just going to warp right to it anyway, so... If I'm lucky, it's the book, so I could then just go immediately to the tablet, since I've got... Ah, a single arrow. Isn't that lovely? Not even going to bother using the, 2 frames it will take to pick it up. And bombs, yay. Have to go through anyway, so might as well grab them. No bug catching nets, so I'm not going to make a detour to fairies. Alright, so we're going to take a quick look at the map again. So, you notice that there aren't pendants in the Desert Palace or the Tower of Hera because the object you get for clearing the dungeons also gets randomized. So you won't necessarily have to go to all of the same dungeons every time you play. For that matter, the magic medallions that are necessary to get into the Misery Mire and Turtle Rock are also randomized. They might even be the same ones in a particular game. Alrighty, so we'll pick up 2 items right away here. I don't need the compass. It's either going to be a small key or a big key. It's the big key, so I don't need to... So, it means I'm going up. Oh, this is so much easier with a sword that's actually strong enough to just kill these in one hit. Actually, this will be more convenient and faster, since I won't have to trip the star switches. Yeah, Tower of Hera is interesting in that I believe there's only 1 big key and 1 small key in the entire dungeon. This is when I wish I had a hook shot, because I could skip part of that. Ah, I got a bottle. So, there's 1 treasure beyond that small key door. And because of the way the logic of the randomizer works, the small key to open that door could be there. Which... Why'd I go after the fairies? Sorry, force of habit. That's gonna cost me. I'm not gonna bother to pick up the compass, but I'll make a completely irrelevant detour to pick up fairies when I have full life. And there's that small key. So we know that something else is behind there. However, I don't have the map. So what this means is if I get the map from fighting Muldor up top here, that means that there's a legit treasure behind that small key door and I should go back for it. If I get something that isn't the map here, that means that it's the map behind that small key door. And that's, you know, the whole counting treasures things. Nope, nope, nope. Alright, nope, it's a good beam. Which is odd because most people are immune to beams by way of being immune to the level 1 sword, but he's unaffected by the beam, yet he is affected by the level 1 sword. Okay, map. Got a double dip. Now, one of the things the randomizer does to optimize it for speed is that it cuts out all of the irrelevant forced dialogue. So after grabbing this crystal, we'll immediately go to the Life and Magic refill, and right back out the dungeon. And then right back in the dungeon. So, if my guess is right, it's going to try to give me either the book or the hammer here. There are several of the floating tile rooms in the game. Fortunately, only 2 of them you're ever forced to wait out, and if you're lucky, you can miss this one in the method described before. The other forced one would be in Ganon's Tower to make a treasure chest appear, but if you don't need what's in it, you know, if you find what you need elsewhere, you're good to go. Okay, revenge is not the way here. And there's that hammer. And that means I can actually keep exploring Death Mountain, so I'm going to stay here instead of saving and quitting back to Link's house. First, I'll have to stop screwing around and pay attention, or this will all be for naught and I'm just going to die, because there is no way I'm going to use my hard-earned blue potion. Or maybe not. Oh well. Well, thanks for watching. But seriously, we'll backtrack. It's worth it. And it might even be intended by the randomizer. If I was a legitimate speedrunner, I'd only get hit things intentionally to take damage boosts. Oh, well, there you are. Gonna give me that on last time I was up here, huh? So one of the key factors in... I can't get the stone tablet because I don't have the book. One of the key factors in speedrunning this is actually menuing. Oh my god, menuing. And the reason why menuing is so terrible in this game is because, well, look at the layout of the subscreen. Like, up, down, also goes the rod, left, right. It's so much easier and more accurate once you have all of the items, but until then, it just operates consistently, but weirdly. And since you're going to have the items in a different order every time you do it, you know, there's no menu memorization. You just have to be good. Yeah, let's not take chances this time. Alright, don't have lift 2, so I can't go to the Dark World from here. But I've got this big hoard of treasure I can check out before I save and exit back to not the mountain. First, let's go in for an appetizer and get hit by my own bomb, because I'm not screwing around. Money. Ooh, up to 3 bottles. Curious, do they give me 2 good bees? Nope. Alright, so this is a bad bee, which will attack me, move slowly, and not stick around kindly waiting for me to bug catch it and put it back in. And this with the plus would be the good bee. Yeah, I lift, bro. I lift 1. Okay. 5 chests. Flippers! Glad I stuck around. That opens up a few more things for me. In fact, I could go to the Swamp Palace now because I've got the mirror, the hammer, and the flippers. And I could hope to heck that I find the hook shot in there. Okay. Actually, you know what? No. I was going to do the Waterfall of Wishes. See, I'm not even, like, making the easy menus correctly. Alright. Gonna go jump in the lake. There we go. That was not my intended destinations. Ugh. This is what I get trying to... No excuses, just plain screwed up. Just gonna slog it. Every morning, Dads would get us up half an hour before dawn. We'd have to go out and clean the entire lake with our tongues. Because we were evicted from our hole in the ground and had to go live in the lake. Alright, so we robbed the dead guy, we robbed the sick kid, now it's time to rob the hobo. And I took all his money. That sounds about right. Still not enough to do Zora, so I guess... Actually, no, we'll, before going to the Dark World, since I'm technically still missing that hook shot, and it might not be in the Swamp Palace, even though I could go to Eastern Palace, but we'll just pretend I'm not for the time being. I am going to clean out Hyrule Castle. You know, the very first dungeon in the game that we just plain didn't go to. So, with lift 1 and some bombs. We've got 3 easy chests to grab here. Ooh, the mushroom. Alright, so that was the back end. Now we'll do the front. Actually, since I found the key, I should have backtracked and gone to the... Alright, we'll be leaving one chest behind here, and we'll just hope that it's not important. Especially since the game was kind enough to give me the key so I could find it the fast way, but then I just was too cool for that and jumped out of the cave. No. Alright, we'll do the marathon safe strat and get the chest anyway. So the reason we're doing this now is because there are several different game modes to this. Traditionally we use the one called Open. And what Open means is that the game is in a state where you don't have to clear the first dungeon. What this does is opens many new possibilities for items, because otherwise it forces you to get the sword and the lamp right away to be able to complete Hyrule Castle and the sewer escape. So, wrong side. Oh, well, that's enough for Zora. But that also means I could have skipped it. Oh well. Of course, watch me go do Zora and finish the rest of Hyrule Castle, and then, shocker, not get the hookshot in anything. But considering how crazy it's been to get, you know, the half magic, the silver arrows, 3 practically consecutive sword upgrades, I'm feeling lucky. Feeling like I'm doing the right thing when I'm not screwing up my menuing. Hey, come on. Alright, shield. That'll come in handy. Alright. I am getting a warning that my upload speed has dropped and you guys are getting buffering and other crummy things. Is that the case? Alright, so I already got the map. The compass will be in the last block, so I don't need that or the big key. Alrighty. So I'm just going to pause that for a second, see if there is any way to fix the stream health here. I guess not. So we'll just continue on. Alright, our next stop is the beautiful, scenic Dark World. Now there's actually a lot of places we can go, but we're going to stop at what the link to the past randomizer fandom has dubbed as Hype Cave. Because it typically because I guess at this one point in one stream, somebody found a lot of super important items there. Alright, talk to this guy. People forget to do that a lot. And most of the NPCs in the Dark Worlds will prattle on needlessly to you and waste your time, but that guy actually has an item. Alright, well, the hype is not real. That was not very hype. So there's a piece of heart in the lake. I could get it, I don't really need to. I actually think... Alright, so Swamp Palace is a pendant dungeon. I'd like to skip that if all possible. So I'll go after crystal number 2 in the Dark Palace. And since I've only got my original armor, let's just hope I don't take stupendous amounts of damage in the process, because, you know, you've seen me. It's a thing that happens. I could also, at this point, I could check the catfish that normally gives you the Quake Medallion. I could also check the, whatchamacallit? That thing, yeah, sure. I could also check the item that's on the Dark World Pyramid. And there is also something I can get from a couple of mirror points in the graveyard. But instead of wanting the logic, if you want to complete it as quickly as possible, just straight plain reason, is to, if you can do a crystal, do it. And only when you do it. And there's also a lot of places like treasure in the Dark World Village as well, but that's all going to with any luck. So unused to having rude so early in the game, especially a powerful one, that I might just keep regularly screwing this up by forgetting to swing it at things. So I love getting the hook shot early, because it's so good at killing things that are otherwise irritating. Like, those guys will shock you if they happen to be electrified when you hit them with most any weapon. And even though it would make sense for them to shock you when you hit them with a hook shot, nope, no damage. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. Key. Alright, keys. Come on, give me. I dare you. Say what again? I'm not gonna bother with that. I have a key, so I'm after another couple of treasures. First. If there's anything important. Oh, another key! Yay. Dark Worlds, Darkest Timeline, Dark whatever. Let's see. No, I cannot dynamically adjust the target bitrate from the control without stopping and restarting the stream, but that might not even be the problem anyway. Flute! Oh, okay, this trip was worth it. That's gonna open a lot of stuff and let me skip around an awful lot. Big key? You know what, I'll change my route, which means going out of my way to grab that chest earlier was unnecessary. Alright guys, so I've got all green now. Hopefully it will stay that way this time. I'd like to tell you I did something in particular to fix it, but I'm not sure what, because it was a bit of a kitchen sink effort there. And I also have no idea what I'm doing. Out of my way. Thank you. Well, thanks for hanging in there. Oh, that sucked. Alright, now to start getting some real items, or a map. I know at least one of you is very happy with that. Ooh! Okay, now I lift, bro. Okay, so just about the entire Dark World is unlocked now. And again, another clutch health refill on the heart, on the piece of heart. It's very hard. You get a heart container, it doesn't refill you, but when you complete one with the pieces of heart, it does. I suppose mechanically speaking, it was a moot point to refill your life when you get a heart container, because every time you get one, you just get a refill for completing the dungeon anyway. Got more bomb upgrades than I'll ever actually need. Possibly. Like, after the first one, they're all pretty much useless. Oh, another key. Well, I was out, so that's fair. Gold sword! Oh, everything's going to be doing lots of dying this time through. Most of the time I have to go out of my way to get up to Tempered Sword. Very rarely does the game just hand them out to me like candy. Yeah, we're in glass. Yeah, I hope I get armor soon as well. We are in full-on glass cannon territory, folks. I mean, it's almost a cruel joke to, yeah, my ability to play games is almost a cruel joke. Alright, stop getting fancy and just hit it with an arrow. Hammer. Oh, remember the wrong order. It's not like I haven't played this in the past month. Nope. Alright. Hopefully you for your way through this, because no point in watching the wall go through. And yay, now we're back in the red. Okay, the way I burned is absolutely territory. Alright, I believe that's line. Now the hitboxes for both the hammer and the enemy are really messed up because it's very easy to hit them when they're exposed and have it just flip them back over instead of killing them. But that's actually one of my better clears for that room. It's usually quite terrible, and I'm glad nobody's ever saw them before. Okay. And now we fight Helmet something rather. Helmosaurus something. And I remember when I was playing Zelda as a kid, I would usually just be throwing bombs at this. And maybe I should go back to that strategy because it might be a little easier. Instead of not staring him in the face behind. Because you gotta get in right to hit him with the hammer. The hitbox on when you're facing up is just terribly small. Alright, that's 2 crystals down, still no hook shot. And at this point, I'm actually going to just straight up skip the Swamp Palace. Why? Because hopefully I don't need to go in there. Like we said, it's a pendant dungeon. I'm very happy that the Ice Palace is a pendant dungeon. And let's see, where do I want to go to the Dark World? Actually, I'm going to go do Zora, because I can also do the Waterfall of Wishes, and I can also deliver the mushroom. Even though I have everything I need to do for Thieves Town, and I'm completely going the exact strategy I've said, well, it would be an interesting stream if I did everything right. Though I don't suppose that, hey, you know, Zora's a real crap. Normally, I think you pay 100 rupees for flippers, but because things are randomized, I can pay him 5 rupees to get one. Another big item I'm looking for right now are the boots. I won't need the hook shot if I get. Alright. Shrooms are worth 20 rupees. I guess I'm going to have to go to harder rooms. Alright, so they recoded the Waterfall of Wishes. Normally you could get upgraded items here, specifically the boomerang and your shield. So instead of doing that, they've put those items in the random table and just dropped 2 chests in here. Alright, but this still works for refilling your bottles. The specific thing you get for it is determined randomly, though. So if I'm really lucky... Oh! So I basically got my good beat back, so... Alright, that was pointless. Though, of course, the funny thing is about being here with the flippers already. Alright, that's a red rupee, I don't need to pick it up. Is that, well, I can just shortcut my way right through it. Now the flute won't pick you up in here, so I'll do a save and quit rather than a fluting. And now I'm off to Thieves Town. Oh, and look at those rupees go down. Still more than enough left to do the treasure chest and the shovel game in Thieves Town. And now this will go a lot faster for the audience at home. If only I could get the boots. And I'm going to need the boots because I need to get the crystal out of Skull Woods. And that fire rod is in the library. Alright, so they reprogrammed the treasure game to give you the random item the first time you play it every time. Otherwise, you'd have no idea what was going on in that. So I appreciate it. Now, you can determine which item you get from the digging game, because when you unearth it, it'll make that secret found sound, that doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Also, you'll also hold it over your head the item. Last thing to do here. Actually, two last things I can knock out real easy. Well, quick item. That'll be Dark Flute Boy. Alright, don't need a red rupee. No, the fireworks we have 4 of them now. Alright, Bomb Boy instead of Flute Boy. They also do that playing the flute for him to turn him into a tree, because you might have the flute before you get the item from him. Instead, he will still turn into a tree, but that's different quicker from having the flute and having the item that's buried in the light work. It can be that simple. It could also be because you want the doc. It really tells you about it. That's conspicuous. Alright, well I can do Turtle Rock now. Other way. You don't get a particular treasure for the arrow game, it's just money. So there's nothing there. problem is I know you're talking about my pronunciation. I'm only saying because number one, the game in the ending calls him Food Boy, official, but also because we're going to start by saying Orcana instead. Alright, I'll grab this one. Hopefully it sets me up for a timely health refill later. Now, in this version of the game, that they ended up doing to make the random logic work is that you can actually save and quit out if you do. You can get back to the light world just by doing a save and quit. Sorry guys, it looks like the stream went offline for a moment, but we've got her back up. There seems to be an issue with the consistency in my connection, so that might not be a solvable answer, unfortunately. And yeah, I paid them 10 rupees, they gave me 20. There's a counterfeiting operation going on at the blacksmith, apparently. Now, normally in the regular game, you can't save and quit and keep the chest or the frog going from Dark World to Light World, but since that necessary change to prevent you from getting stuck forever in the Dark World once you gain access to a teleporter, but don't have the mirror, where am I going? Going here. It is possible to not only save and quit and keep the frog and chest, but you can also use the flute to fly with them. So now it's time to start taking a lot more shortcuts. I said a lot more shortcuts. Thank you. Alright. Ooh, that's nice. Hey, you know what? While we're playing with shortcuts, we'll do this. Let's see what we need to open the Misery Mire. And we'll get some stuff from the shed. But if I'm heading out the dungeons this way, it's not going to run out of padding soon. It's going to be all dungeon because I've done just about everything that can be done on the overworld. Alright, time to cheat some more. Alright, that was pointless. And this is why you're supposed to do it the way I said I was supposed to do it, because the vast majority of the item drops in the game are effectively useless. That's not worth it. Okay. So, we are off to Thieves Town with way too few hearts. But hey, I like to live dangerously. If I can manage to get into the dungeon before I kill myself, then I can just start at the beginning of the dungeon. Very key. And we will get our third crystal here, if nothing else. Another fun thing that the hookshot can do, you see that red blob guy there? Normally you can't hit them during their animation when they're coming up out of the ground. Oh dear god. This is a terrible idea. I need armor. Oh, wait, let's see what he turns into. Oh, zero suit. So I can't hit him there. Well, that was a terrible example. I couldn't hit them anyway because I was in what passes for a bunny around here. But the hookshot can hit them while they're still in their animation. This is dangerous. Yeah. I'm going to get bumped by something I can't even see, and that will be it. One of these chests must have the big key. Oh, shovel. That unlocks a whopping 1 item. And I know some of you are wondering. There we go. And the answer is yes, I'm dying there. I suppose this is technically a life refill. Alright, I'll drop down here. But you know, you gotta think, how terrible is Link? You know, he makes a wish to bring Flute Boy back to life, but he doesn't even know his name, he's just Flute Boy. I mean, he was really lucky that wish got granted. I mean, the Triforce could have been like a real monkey spa about it. Best defense is a good offense. We got no cape. We got no blue cane. I know the blue cane and the red cane have names, but I can never remember them, so they're the blue cane and the red cane. Got a magic powder. I could force fairies too, but alright, me. Oh yeah, you don't want to miss me dying, no sir. Alright, but that's 2 down. What's the over-under, guys? How many more deaths do you think I'm going to get? And for the sake of it, we will include fairy revivals as deaths. Oh, thank God. Alright, let's take a few more unnecessary hits. And move on. So, Thieves Town is one of the few dungeons that does not require the big key. Actually, yes it does, because there's all the jail cells are locked by the big key. Never mind. So I did pick up the big key. Just got done saying that you need the big key in the first section. No small key there. Alright, so behind that locked door is the big chest. And similar to what I discussed earlier with Tower of Hera, is the small key to open that door could be in the big chest on the other side. But because that technically does not block progression, it's allowable. Yeah, there's a reason I called this guy Ouch. Whoa. Just... Alright, probably should have taken care of him first. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Nope, there's a small key there. Okay. So I have all the dungeon items, and I now have all the keys that the dungeon is going to give me. So that means that there is a legitimate treasure, be it a single rupee or not, behind this door. And it also means that Blind the Thief is going to drop me something as well. Alright, another heart. I think we can officially cancel the glass cannon. The lowest number of hearts I've had beating the randomizer is 14. And I've never done it without picking up at least one armor upgrade. Though I've also, in the end, never had to go out of my way to look for those. Okay, so Blind is interesting, in which, unlike the other bosses, Blind does not have hit points. Of all the things that can hit him, he takes 3 hits and loses a head. And you could have the fighter sword, you could hit him with the hammer. So really, you just get in there and slash away, you land 3 hits, and you're done. That was worth it. Alright. 3 crystals down, 4 to go. But I don't have the boots to get the fire rod, so I can't do Skull Woods yet. And without either the boots or the hookshot, I can't do Misery Mire. Without the fire rod, I technically, unless I have to do some really freaky routing, I can't do Turtle Rock either. However, I can go in the back door for the Desert Palace. Yes, I'm waiting for those comments, so let her rip. Now I could have done this. I could have done this already when I was back here to check the shed. But this is how you get into the Desert Palace when you've got the mirror and lift 2 and flute, but oddly, not the book. However, this could all be for naught, because if an item that blocks my progression through the dungeon is located on the pedestal that you need the boots to knock it down from, then it's a moot point anyway. And that's the big key. Yeah. Oh well. I'll get this chest, and then I'll zip out and find something else to do. Oh, there's the hookshot. Alright, thinking time is done on the clock. So we got the hookshot, that's cool. What does that actually do for me, though? I can do optional dungeons with it. Actually, that gets me into Misery Mire. How convenient. Sometimes the randomizer is a little too convenient, like suspiciously convenient. demonstrate one of the delightful features I was talking about. If I had the boots, I could bonk off the block to the left and be able to cross the gap from getting sent flying in the air. Just go up this way. This is one of the few dungeons that the boots actually come in handy for cutting time off, because there's a lot of long straightaways that you can just blast your way right through. But moving on. Now to take a whole bunch of damage, because I don't have any invincibility items yet. It's probably like 3 frames faster to just go straight. I'm saying frames. I clearly know what I'm doing. I am an expert. Now I could warp back, but that'll reset the switch, which is instrumental to getting to a few places a little faster than I was otherwise able to. This stream is brought to you by Schweppes brand Black Cherry Seltzer Water. Or at least my voice is. And voila. Ah. Ooh, big key. Oh, I'll go this way then. Saves me a key. Ah, come on, man. Good. It's a good thing I have the hook shot, because without it or the boots, I wouldn't get here in time. Alright, big key for a small key. Delightful. Alright, so I know that there are 2 or 3 chests out that way. No chests in the basement. There's the map. Yep, so some of them will have keys, but not many. One of them will have the compass. Alright. Stuck going through. Okay, now this is another tile room, but it's skippable because you unlock the door. The lamps. And all of these blue things would be stuck in their upright and locked position had I warped back and not walked back after hitting the switch. This part up here would normally go a little faster, but by a split second, if that, if I had the fire rod. So no big loss doing this with the lamp. Alright, this is another point where you'll want it to buffer because we gotta wait for another wall to move. And this is not our last wall move in the game, sadly. one in Desert Palace, and I think it's only 3? There might be one more. Maybe I should have picked up that heart. Compass! Alright, this whole trek was entirely pointless. Yay! Alright, but now it's time to get out of here. This will very cleanly take me to the end, so maybe not so bad. One of these had a heart. There it is. It's always in the last place you look. Okay. Cane is mandatory for getting through here. And I can't use the sound, so I didn't know if the door opened or not until I looked. It would be difficult to hit that just right. Ah, damn it. Oh, and that's where leaving the switch on comes back to bite me. Oh, come on, man. There we go. You know, because it'll save me time, I know it's gonna happen. Let's just bite the bullet, get it over with. That's right, you stay in your place. Don't take kindly to bones round here. Alrighty. We are almost done with this one. If we're really lucky, we'll only need 4 more dungeons once we're through here. Ah, nope, not enough iframes with the hook shot there because it plinks off him. No, taking potions does not count as a death. So if I felt secure in my aim, actually, oh god. Well, that doesn't count as a death, but this might. There's really no reason to walk through the middle of that room, so I did it anyway. So I should have been using the safety strat on that, which I will now demonstrate in just a minute or two. But yes, that now that counts as a death.